losing. And after a 10-win campaign in 2017, expectations certainly high for Mark D'Antonio and company heading into 2018. Beautiful evening on the banks of the Red Cedar. Michigan State fans, they are ready to rock and roll. And let's get the party started with a Spartan marching band. BTN is presented by Taco Bell. The Aggies of Utah State out of the Mountain West Conference have made the trek east to take on the 11th-ranked Michigan State Spartans. Ah, yes, football is back. Welcome inside the booth. Brandon Gaudin with Glenn Mason. Michigan State, I mentioned, expectations are high. For good reason, Coach. 19 returning starters.
Brandon, everybody in East Lansing's excited. Heck, I'm excited. I want to tell you, you mentioned about returning starters. Let's talk about defense first. They returned just about everybody off a defense that was 7th nationally last year, led by their MVP from last year, Joe Bocci at linebacker, something special. And on offense, Brian Lewerke, the quarterback, the MVP of the Holiday Bowl, they think he has greatly improved.
Yeah, they certainly think that. But Utah State has improved, and they returned 18 starters from a year ago.
Yeah, 18 starters, and when you talk about tempo, this team only knows one speed. It's fast. Outstanding quarterback in Jordan Love. Big guy, he can make all the throws. I can tell you, these guys are pretty good. Let's not forget, a year ago against Wisconsin, 10-10 at halftime in Camp Randall. Good test for the Spartans.
That's going to be a great test for the Michigan State Spartans. One thing we know, this crowd is ready to rock and roll. And here comes the 11th-ranked Michigan State Spartans. Time to find out about our Auto Owners Insurance Impact players.
Well, they like to run the football. They got a lot of running backs, but L.J. Scott's going to be the lead guy. And wide receiver, Felton Davis III. They need more explosive plays downfield. They're going to go to him. And on defense, Joe Bocci, the MVP from last year, unbelievable linebacker. David Dow, the safety, responsible for getting everybody lined up.
Moments ago, third member of our on-air crew, Elise Miniker, caught up with Mark D'Antonio.
Coach, you kept telling our crew yesterday just how much you like this team. Why? What makes them different?
Well, it's just chemistry, you know, the way they interact with each other, those type of things. They come to practice every day and work, and, you know, they compete with each other, but they leave it there, you know. So, very unselfish football team right now. So, if it stays that way, we got good things are possible.
Brian Lewerke, a key part of your success. What do you want to see out of him tonight?
You know, just consistent game management. I mean, he's got ability, so if he does that, he's going to make plays. But consistent game management, don't turn it over, those type of things. The things you want a quarterback to do. And number one thing is win.
Sounds good, Coach. Thanks so much.
Go Green.
Thank you, Elise. 12th year head coach Mark D'Antonio. And I mentioned the weather beautiful. And it is a light breeze right around 10-11 miles per hour. Temperatures will be falling through the 70s as we continue on this evening with a kick just after 7 o'clock local here in East Lansing. Student section, Coach, they're ready to roll. They've been ready since about 7 this morning.
Yeah, I think they got confused. I think that they thought this game was an 11 o'clock start because they were ready to go. They've been chomping at the bit, and why not? They think they got a good football team here.
And they've got the holiday weekend. Everybody's ready to start the college football season.
Little surprise, Utah won the toss, decided to take the ball against this defense. A lot of confidence in that quarterback and that offense.
It will be Cole Haan kicking for Michigan State. He takes over the kickoff duties that last year belonged to Brett Scanlon, who graduated. Here we go, 2018 underway for the Michigan State Spartans. And a few yards deep, Savon Scarver will take it down to a knee for a touchback. Had a lot of talk about Brian Lewerke on the side of Michigan State. Utah State, they have a very good quarterback of their own coming out to command this offense, and the sophomore from Bakersfield, California, Jordan Love.
Yeah, I've watched him, and the thing about it, he's a big guy, really a strong arm. He throws a deep ball, he throws an intermediate ball, has good touch passes to the backside of the backfield. I think he's outstanding.
Saw the completion percentage, 55%. They said they want that up above 60 this year for his sophomore campaign. And as Coach told you, they will go fast. First play, a completion out to the left side. And it's caught by Jordan Nathan, the sophomore.
Yeah, the speed that they run on offense, no huddle, always in 11 personnel, one back, one tight end. It'll prevent Michigan State from substituting.
Faking the handoff, Love keeps, and he's going to be stopped a couple of yards short. That'll bring up 3rd and 2. Nice tackle by Tyreek Thompson, stepping in for the vacated position by Chris Fry, who graduated last year. And there are the numbers for the defense. 2nd in the nation to only Alabama last year at stopping the run.
Well, they're built to stop the run, and
he's going to roll to the right as Love. Off the play action, complete. And out across midfield. So Utah State, 2 times they've connected Love to Jordan Nathan, and they're in Spartan territory.
yeah, look at how fast they run. But the problem there, Michigan State Spartans gave up contain. The quarterback could get on the perimeter. He found the crossing route, first down.
28 yards on the connection. Over the middle, flags fly, another completion. For the moment, inside the 30 is the talented tight end Dax Raymond. But at the 13:57 mark, we have our first flag of the season here in East Lansing. Our referee, Rod Snodgrass. So it is a first down for Utah State inside the Michigan State 30. They picked up the flag, no penalty. Out of the shotgun, as we will continue to see with one back, Gerald Bright standing to the left of Love. Play clock down at 3. Snap comes at 2. Here's Bright fighting for room, but that stout Spartan defense, not a whole lot there. Maybe 2 yards. Down in on the tackle.
A little surprising. They looked to the sideline to get the play from the sideline and ran that play.
You mentioned that last year at Camp Randall, they played a great first half against Wisconsin. Over the middle, caught inside the 5, and just shy of the goal line. 3 receptions on this drive for Jordan Nathan. This one for 21 yards. And they are up quickly. Handoff, Bright, left side. No, it's kept. And he's in. It's Jordan Love on the fake. And a touchdown for the quarterback from Bakersfield, California. And in just 2 minutes and 2 seconds, the Aggies have the lead.
Well, you can see it right here. They run so fast that Michigan State weren't even really lined up on defense. They had the quarterback keeper, and he gets it in the end zone.
Everybody went for Gerald Bright. Even the announcer went for Gerald Bright. And Love got it in the end zone. The PAT good by Eberle. What a start for Jordan Love. 4 of 4 passing, 68 yards, and then the capper. He rushes it in. Utah State up early. So Utah State throwing the first punch, putting the Aggies, or putting the Spartans on their heels a little bit. 7-0. Got it into the end zone in just 2 minutes and 2 seconds. And we'll see what type of a response Michigan State has in store. Aaron Vaughn's upended right near the 25. So Jordan Love had a great start for Utah State. He's 4 of 4, and now his counterpart, Brian Lewerke, who many are calling a dark horse Heisman candidate, comes onto the field.
Yeah, and this offense will be the exact opposite. of Utah State. They will not be fast. They will huddle. They will take their time. They'll play to their defense unless they get way behind. And let's see Lewerke, how he operates the run game, control pass, and see if he takes a deep shot early.
And he can do both. You saw the total yards from last year. He's the first Michigan State quarterback to throw for 2,500 and run for 500 in the same year when he did it last season. And they start off with a familiar face in the backfield, L.J. Scott, who elected to come back instead of put his name in the NFL draft in his first carries for 2 yards.
L.J. Scott's a guy that when he first came on the scene in the Big Ten, I mean, he caught everybody's eye. And not that he's been bad, but he really hasn't reached the potential I think most Spartan fans would have wished. And they're hoping that this year his decision to come back will be something great.
Still has not had a 1,000-yard campaign. He certainly is hoping for that this season, as are his coaches. Lewerke sets as the pocket collapses. That's complete inside the 40 to Cody White. Well, we mentioned that they're looking for more explosive plays. There's one right there, Coach. That goes for 40 yards.
Yeah, you know, he found a receiver that was wide open, and he took a little bit off it. Just watch it right here. Pretty good protection. Someone will come late on him. He stands tall. He knows he's got the guy wide open. He puts a little air in it, lays it in there. Good touch pass for a big gain.
Cody White, who had the most receiving yards by a true freshman in school history last year with 490, gets a 40-yard reception there, and Michigan State's in business. Back to L.J. Scott. And finally taken down by 4 white jerseys. Leading the way, the linebacker David Woodward after a gain of 4.
Yeah, you can see what Utah State's going to try to do on defense. Any interior run, they're going to play everybody wrong shoulder, play underneath, try to get it to bounce outside and have fun scrape from inside out to make the play.
Utah State working with a new defensive coordinator in Keith Patterson. Longtime friend of head coach Matt Wells, so a new look on the defense, but a lot of faces back, as we mentioned. Here's L.J. Scott on the toss. And able to cut back inside to get to the 25-yard line, so that'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, missed assignment up front because they got penetration right away and they got upfield, and really L.J. Scott did a nice job of planting his foot, getting back inside without losing more yardage.
There's Keith Patterson, first-year defensive coordinator. Coached back in the day with Matt Wells in Tulsa. They're friends from and their high school coaching days back in the state of Oklahoma.
I remember them well.
They're off to a good start here, up 7-0, but the Spartans driving. Lewerke. And he's just going to have to tuck it and go down. Sack coming in by Tipa Nalei.
Yeah, you'll see it. He'll just a speed rush. Beats the right tackle, Jordan Reed, out of his stance, and it's around the corner, and Lewerke didn't have a chance. Lucky he didn't fumble the ball.
6-yard loss, and Nalei, a TCU transfer who sat last year. They expect big things of him, and he made his presence felt there. And after the loss, it's going to be a long field goal of 49 yards. Matt Coughlin's long last year was 46. Line drive, and he does clear it. Maybe not the prettiest looking kick, but a new career long for the redshirt sophomore Matt Coughlin. And that gets Michigan State on the board. That's defensive coordinator Mike Tressel. Now, last year he was a co-defensive coordinator with Harlan Barnett. Well, Barnett is now the DC at Florida State, so it is Mike Tressel's show.
Yeah, Harlan called the defense. Now Mike is, and his debut was probably not as auspicious as he would like. A little bit different. Typically for Mark D'Antoni, whoever calls the defense is in the press box, but he's made the decision. Mike Tressel's been on the field for all those years. He's going to call the defenses down there so he can look guys in the eye like he always has and make adjustments.
Yeah, his 12th year, just like D'Antonio, and you're right, 145 games that he has been on the sideline, and for 146, he's back at his old familiar spot on the sideline. deep kick, and that is out of the back of the end zone.
You know, Brandon, as I mentioned in our open, when I watched Jordan Love, the thing that impressed me, strong arm, make any throw, and you can see that sideline to sideline there.
He is a big kid, built like a tight end, and that time a little too much mustard over the head of Vaughn.
A little bit more on your thought about the 3 huddles. You know, when you're a defense and you play against yourself, a Michigan State offense that doesn't go fast, a lot of teams that you're going to face go fast, so that was just a one-time thing. They do that all the time, 3 huddles against the defense.
They said they have them ready every 10 seconds to not give that defense a rest. But a little bit of a breather here after the first down incompletion. A reverse. And nowhere to go. That was snuffed out. Aaron Vaughn's got hit in the backfield by Mike Konashuk.
Yeah, you talk about good defense. Look at that right there. They all stay square, and they smelled that thing out. You know, I used to say all the time, if it looks like a rat and smells a rat, smells like a rat, it's a rat. They got that rat.
And a 5-yard loss, 3rd and 15. Konashuk was there first. Joe Bocci, a talented Mike linebacker, came in to clean it up. Play clock to 5. Pressure comes. They got Vaughns. Can he find the sticks? No. That last gasp effort. It's going to be close. Kari Willis with a tackle, but coach, did he get there?
Well, they're substituting again, and they're going for it.
They've got the offense out there. Handed off and tackled in the backfield is Gerald Bright, coming up to sweep him out from underneath. How about Joe Bocci?
Joe Bocci. Yeah, you know, they gambled there. They went for it on 4th down, and I thought they had Michigan State again substituting. They got out there late, lined up, but they made the play.
I thought there might be a measurement. But they, as you said, they just lined up and went for it. And Joe Bocci sneaking right in. Last year had 8.5 tackles for a loss. There's his first this year.
Now, that really is the same thing as a turnover for that Michigan State defense. How many times do you see an offense after turnover go for the home run? Be interesting here.
They'll start it from the 41, Brian Lewerke and company. Instead, he'll hand it off. And the surge will stop at the 37. Gain of 3.
Once again, as I talked about before, any of those inside runs, the way that Utah State's playing it, it's going to force the back to break out outside. But, you know, credit Michigan State. They kept their shoulders square, and they got back upfield. If you turn your shoulders sideline to the sideline, you're not going to get anything.
Midway through the opening quarter. Said they want this offense to score more this season. Just 24 points per game last year. They actually won 4 games with scoring under 17. And this time L.J. Scott lowering the head, and he gets it to the 35. Michigan State ranked 11th. They're not the only team that's ranked. How about that look for the Big Ten?
Yeah, that's you look at it right there. That's why most people in the country think Big Ten, most competitive, best conference in college football.
And the East, once again, a beast. Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan State, and Michigan all in the top 15, and Wisconsin number 4 in the West. Although, I'll tell you what, Northwestern didn't look too bad last night with that win at Purdue. 3rd and 3. Lewerke with time. Caught inside the 10. Felton Davis able to haul it in as he fell to the ground. 28-yard play.
Well, this is what we're talking about. Their offense needs explosive plays, and what a nice throw and catch by the Spartans. You see how he caught it in his hands, looked the ball all the way in, and the touch pass like the work he had right on the money.
Felton Davis last year led the team in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. There's his first catch of 2018. It is Scott. And he's going to be about a half-yard short. Gage Ferguson, the safety, coming up.
I think this will be their heavy formation. They'll put a couple tight ends in there, and Mark D'Antonio likes to run the football, and you got it 2nd and goal at the 1. You got a big running back, and you got an experienced offensive line, and here it is. You got 2 tight ends. You got a tight wing. You got a fullback in the backfield. Here we come.
That's Colin Lucas, the fullback. L.J. Scott. Close. They'll say no. 3rd down and goal.
A lot of beef on him here, and guys in the white shirts are playing tough. Look at guys' strength. They are short. Good call by the official, and puts him back on his back.
Nice job by Chase Christiansen to stand him up, and he is so close to getting in. They're only a couple of inches away. So now Michigan State gets another crack on 3rd and goal from about the 2-inch line. And flags fly before the snap.
False start. Offense, number 62, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And that is Luke Campbell starting at left tackle for Cole Chewins, who was injured.
Yeah, you'll see him right there, 62, playing left tackle. Got to sit up. Yeah, he did. He flinched in there.
He's one of their experienced linemen. He started 12 last year at right tackle, very versatile, but Cole Chewins out with the injury, so they moved him over to left tackle tonight. Now a much more challenging 3rd and goal. Lewerke with pressure coming, and down he goes, Jontrell Rockamore. The senior from McKinney, Texas, with a huge play. It's like he was shot out of a cannon.
Yeah. The old saying, she ain't in till she's in, you know, and they made a heck of a play there and down on the goal line, and then come back, and they're going to go with a play action pass. They come with a blitz, make the play, and have to settle for the field goal.
That's the 2nd Aggie sack, and both have come on 3rd down. So now it's Conklin again. He hit the 49-yarder, this from 32. And it's good. So a pair of field goals. Michigan State back within a penny. Great crowd inside Spartan Stadium. Built way back in 1923. Back then it seated 14,000. Now it's up over 75K.
We've not seen anybody use the advantage of the new rule on the kickoff with the fair catch and having a spot at the 25. I was anxious to see that.
Yeah, anytime you fair catch inside the 25, you're right. It goes to the 25 this year. Cole Haan, though, sending this 5 yards deep. So it's a traditional touchback. As Utah State takes over, El Toro Allen is the tailback, but this time it's Love underneath, and it is caught by Carson Terrell. First reception for the tight end. It goes for 9 yards.
Michigan State put a good rush on with their front 4. Bull rushing back, but Love just stood tall and put the ball right in the money.
Love again. Another throw, quick hitter, DJ Nelson, 1st down Aggies. And it will be.
First quarter, timeout on the field.
An exciting first quarter that saw our 2 quarterbacks combine for over 200 yards passing. And it's Utah State, surprisingly up 1 after 15 minutes of play. Michigan State down 7-6 as we head to quarter number 2 in East Lansing. I mentioned it going to break. The passing yards, the 2 quarterbacks performing well.
Yeah, a little bit misleading there. Only 3 yards rushing for the Spartans. They had some negative yards on sacks there.
Between the 2 teams, we've had about 170 yards of offense, and 117 of those have come on 4 big pass plays. And Spartans, this one intercepted. Jordan Love hit as he threw it, and it's picked up by Kari Willis back inside the 45-yard line.
You talk about Corey Willis playing center field. He was back there. There wasn't a receiver within 15 yards of him. As you mentioned, Jordan Love got hit just as he was going to throw the ball. And it's up for grabs.
Great play. That's Jacob Ponashoot coming through. Mike's brother to get the pressure. That was about as easy of an interception as Corey Willis will have all of his career.
Yeah, good legal tackle. He went in with his shoulder and low. Nowhere near Jordan Love's head. Or really good play and just exactly the play that they needed. Now here we go. Another turnover. Watch out for the home run. They went with it last time when they got stopped on 4th down. When they made the stop on 4th down.
Those sudden change plays, this time underneath to Scott. Try to set up a screen inside the 30, the 20, and pushed out around the 10-yard line. Well, they said they wanted to get L.J. Scott more involved in the passing game this year. They've done that tonight.
Well, Brandon, I talked about before that the offensive tackles for Michigan State, having trouble with the power speed rush. So what do? You either come with screens right there, you come with draws, or you have to get those tackles some help. They decided to come with the screen, and it worked.
32 yards back to Scott. He will get it down around the 8. David Beadle, the guard, was also out in front, just paving the way for L.J. Scott on that last play.
He's one of those bigger guys on the Spartan offensive line, 6'5" and 330 pounds, 5th-year senior. When you look at the Spartan offensive line, it's not overly big. Normally you see everybody's over 300 pounds. They don't. They have little smaller guys. I'm not saying small, a little smaller, and athletic. And as we talked about jokes, like I said all the time, B.I.G. does not spell good.
Second down and goal. Here comes the pressure. Lewerke incomplete. Too high for Matt Sokol. Lewerke, though, just a good job to get out of harm's way with Jontrell Rockamore coming in.
Yeah, Coach Patterson for Utah State, he's been dialing up some good defenses. They seem to always bring in someone free from the blind side of Lewerke. They've got him a couple times, and he must have felt the pressure that time.
Tonight, Michigan State, they have run 6 goal-to-go plays, and they have not scored a touchdown. They got down to about the 1-inch line on the other side of the field, and then they had a penalty and settled for a field goal. Lewerke over the middle. Caught. Touchdown. Cody White.
Well, there was good protection on that one, obviously, and as our good friend Mike Hall would say, let's play a game of who can be wide open. And you knew one? Cody White.
The sophomore had 4 receiving touchdowns last year. And the first Spartan touchdown in 2018 goes to Cody White. PAT good, and Michigan State is on top for the first time tonight. Lewerke finding White in the back of the end zone. Football on BTN presented by Taco Bell. Michigan State, their first lead, 13-7 over Utah State after the touchdown pass.
This way this game started, sometimes you just have to let your team settle down, get in the flow of the game, and I think that's what the defense did. And really, Michigan State was struggling both offensively and defensively. Maybe this turnover, subsequent touchdown, they'll get back on track and let it go.
Outside of that, though, Utah State has 4 returning starters from a season ago on that offensive line. Very experienced. And Love doing his thing again. This time, that's the talented tight end. We talked about Dax Raymond with a first down.
Yeah, they're going to go to him a lot, but again, Jordan Love, it looks like I'm really getting on his bandwagon, but I love his delivery. How quick release he has, effortless. He gets the ball out there on the perimeter in a hurry. He's a good player.
Just a sophomore. Nothing there for Thompson. You know, last year, Jordan Love was not the starter, and he was so good in practice that Matt Welsh said, you know, I need to put this kid out there. He ended up starting the last 6 games and led him to a bowl.
Yeah, well, you know, you look at him last year, 8 touchdowns and 6 interceptions for a young quarterback. Doesn't run the ball very much. They don't want him to run the ball very much.
Well, the Army's got, he may not need to as the season progresses. On 2nd and 9, great pass over the middle into Michigan State territory, and once again it's the junior Dax Raymond. 25 yards.
Passing game always starts with protection. Gave him a lot of time. Get across the middle.
Hand off Darwin Thompson with a carry. For more on Jordan Love, what do you have, Elise?
For the game, and he said that he loves the freedom that he has on the field. You know, when he makes the play, that's his choice. He really goes through the plays and decides what he wants to do, and he says he loves having that freedom.
And they said that they love giving that freedom to Jordan Love. What a luxury to have that confidence in a young quarterback. Tarver inside the red zone. They're moving the football.
You know, just to build on it a little bit, David Yost, the offensive coordinator, I mentioned before, Mike Leach and Slivey said, you know, we signal play. It's just a suggestion. If they don't like it, they can change it to any play they want.
And Love has been doing a nice job. Back to the ground game, and Darwin Thompson. Raekwon Williams coming up, though, for the stop. Big 6'4", 300-pounder.
Again, the Spartans should only substitute when Utah State substitutes, as you saw right there.
There certainly isn't a whole lot of time, and you're right. Unless an Aggie goes out, no Spartan goes out. 2nd and 10. Around the right side, Darwin Thompson was able to stay on his feet.
This tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
7-yard play, so now 3rd and 3. Think they view this as 4-down territory?
I do. I think if they get close, they'll go for it. Playing on the road, going to the wristband. There's a couple choices on the wristband which he can go to.
He gets the troops in position. Love keeps and has the first down inside the 2 as he stretches forward. A 9-yard pickup for Jordan Love on 3rd and 3.
I mentioned they don't run him very much. He had 46 rushes for 165 yards a year ago.
They're going quick. Darwin Thompson, he's in. The junior from Jenks, Oklahoma, with a rushing touchdown. And we're back to level at 13 all. Mark D'Antonio, stone-faced right now on the sideline. He might be down.
Yeah, right there. You saw his arm down.
PAT barely in. There was no review. And it's 14-13. Utah State slowed it down that drive, and it worked. They're back on top. But that scoring drive for Utah State was 3:54. For them, that's slow. Their first scoring drive was just 2 minutes.
Well, it might have took some time, but there was no time between plays, I can tell you that. And Jordan Love, we said, you know, he started hot, then went cold, now he's back hot again. And
Connor Hayward is going to let this one go into the end zone. And it's Higbee back out there, who is Lewerke's roommate for the last 4 years. L.J. Scott out to the 44. And Lewerke talked about it. He can run. He has the ability to scramble.
Well, that's one of the things that get them excited about Lewerke. Now, here it is on a quarterback keep. You see, he doesn't just keep up the amount of yards to get a first down. He's got the wheels to take him the whole way. But more importantly to Mark D'Antonio, he talks about because of his running ability, he can take a broken play or a no-game play and make it into a big play.
Hasn't had the rushing success tonight in the negative yardage area because of the sacks against him. Back to L.J. Scott, stretching forward. He's short. It'll be third down.
Seemed like there was a hole that opened up on the left side there, and just when you thought it might be something good, the Aggies had someone show up and make the play. I mean, look at that. They came with a pinch stunt. The left guard, left tackle did a good job, but you see Woodward, the linebacker, made the play.
Yeah, coming from the backside, Adewale Adeoye, the senior from St. Louis, helping out. So now third down and a yard. Cody White in motion, but it's L.J. Scott first down. L.J. Scott last year averaged 17 carries a game. He already has 11, and they told us in our meetings they want him up around 20 to 25 a game.
Yeah, L.J. Scott got the first down, but you got to credit the offensive line. Utah State, they had both linebackers up in the A-gap. They were running up there. They were selling out versus the run, and when that happens, awful good job. If you get a hat on a hat with a big running back like that, you're going to get the first down.
Total yards receiving and rushing for Scott right now at 88. And Connor Hayward is in there in the backfield. But Lewerke's rolling out to the right with some lead blockers. Slips inside the 45.
Brandon, I think that was a broken play. You can see he's patting himself on the chest. He went the wrong way. Watch it right here. Yeah, he went the wrong way. The tailback went left, quarterback went right. He said, where's the tailback? Uh-oh, I made a mistake.
Well, hey, credit Darrell Stewart. He was out, the wide receiver, is lead blocker there for Lewerke. It ended up working out for 7 yards.
I love when players pat their chest and tell everybody, my bad, like everybody didn't know it, you know?
Hayward dotting the I. Almost a broken play there off the bad snap, and then Hayward with his first carry of the night, and he's going to be short. It'll be third down.
Well, we talked about that center position. We started with Tyler Higbee, then with Matt Allen. Now Taylor Higbee's back again, and you know, you talk about a bad snap. I would guess that either it came up a little late or Lewerke pulled out a little early, because he's very fortunate there.
Higbee and Lewerke roommates for 4 years, so they know each other extremely well. I think Elise asked if they get along, and Brian Lewerke said, well, we have our arguments from time to time. Off play action, and that's complete over the middle. Cody White for the reception. He had the touchdown earlier, first down, and Lewerke's fired up.
Yeah, he can stand tall, and you got Cody White standing right there in the middle, wide open. Easy pickup for a first down.
On this drive, Michigan State, they've converted a 3rd and 1 twice, and now a 3rd and 2. As the clock is inside of 90 seconds left in the first half. L.J. Scott returns to the backfield. Lewerke, though, throwing well wide of the target, out of bounds. Second down.
Yeah, a little roll, break contain to the short side of the field. Not really trying to break contain, just move the pocket. And he wanted to get to the receiver in the flat, which was covered. He went to the second receiver late, out of bounds.
Sowards had no chance at this thing coming into your living room.
Problem was just late. You know, I think he stayed with the receiver in the flat too long. He had to get his eyes off that, get to the second level, which he didn't do.
Hayward splits out. Lewerke into the hands of Stewart. Down to the 16-yard line. 16-yard catch for Darryl Stewart.
Yeah, 106. They're going the 2-minute offense right here. They're not huddling, right to the line of scrimmage.
Just inside of a minute. Lewerke tucks and runs. Down around the 11 before he's brought down by Justice Tay, the inside linebacker.
Well, Utah State brought a blitz, which is expected this position on the field, and L.J. Scott did an excellent job of not only recognizing but blocking it.
Still 2 timeouts for Michigan State. Lewerke buys time. Is that caught? Yes! Felton Davis with a spectacular touchdown reception. Michigan State back in front.
Well, this wasn't a clean play by any stretch of the imagination. But you look at Davis, he kept it alive, and really there's pass interference, great concentration, touchdown.
Gage Ferguson was definitely holding Felton Davis, but it did not matter. Matt Coughlin to make it a 6-point game. 20-14 Spartans. The late touchdown by Michigan State will give them the lead into the locker rooms. A deep breath for Mark D'Antonio. And the Michigan State Spartans coming off the 10-win season.
The first half.
Returning 19 starters. A lot of expectations. Stay tuned. Halftime report next. Mike Stanley and Braylon. They're coming up from Chicago after this timeout. Yeah, we have missed football. The good news, it is indeed back. In an entertaining first half from Spartan Stadium, with Michigan State holding a 20-14 advantage, and they will receive the kick to begin the third quarter. Elise Miniker caught up with both coaches during the break. Elise, what do you have for us?
Yeah, Brandon, well, if you're Michigan State, you probably don't want to hear that Utah State head coach Matt Wells says that they have the Spartans right where they want them. You know, I talked to Mark D'Antonio about his team and defense in particular. He says, first of all, we have to make a stop on 1st and 15, and to combat that up-tempo offense, well, they need to stay fresh, and that's exactly what I heard in the defensive huddle before the end of the half, that they have to stay fresh and they can't get tired. As for Utah State, Matt Wells told me that he likes the play of his quarterback, Jordan Love. He's calm and composed, and Glenn, you had mentioned the run game and their defense in particular. Well, Wells told me that he likes the way they're running the ball, and they have to keep stopping the run. They have to keep the ball behind the chains.
And again, stopping the run last year for Utah State was a big-time problem. It hasn't been much of an issue tonight.
Yeah.
That one taken right around the goal line by Connor Hayward. He's in a little bit of trouble. The son of Craig Ironhead Hayward. Started out in I formation. First play from the line of scrimmage in the third quarter. And it is L.J. Scott, but just not much there. 3 yards, 2nd, 7.
Yeah, you know what you need to do when you're running the football, and 3 yards at a minimum. You know, if you start getting 4 or 5 yards on first down, now the formula is working for you. But you can only get, 3 yards right at 3, and now you got 2nd and 7. You know, do you run the ball again and then get into the real short, or do you have to throw the football here? That's why you like to get a little bit more. It's been tough sledding them running the football consistently tonight.
Well, last year coming into the season, they had a trio of backs. Gerald Holmes, who graduated, Mondre London, now at Tennessee. This year, it's all about L.J. Scott. Lewerke buys some time. Incomplete. Darryl Stewart went up the ladder, could not haul it in front of the safety, Shaq Bond.
Well, here we go again by Lewerke. It sets up, there's nothing there, and he feels the pressure, and he spins out. And to me, that pass right there, he might have caught it, but Bond might have intercepted it. He threw that ball up for grabs, hoping or having the confidence that his receiver's going to come down with it. But you can't do that too many times, especially on this end of the field right here.
Michigan State has converted their last 4 third down attempts. 6 of 9 for the entire ball game. They need 7 yards. Lewerke. Can he get to the sticks? He can. He will. And then some. Well, there is what Brian Lewerke can do in the open field. 27-yard run.
Well, just like the piece that we showed with Lewerke. Boy, look at Cody White come back and make a key block. But just like the piece that we showed, the thing that Mark D'Antonio really likes about Brian Lewerke, saw right there, he can take a nothing play, broken play, and turn it into a big play.
You're absolutely right about Cody White. Great block out there in the open field.
And it was a good, clean block. You know, I mean, you know, they're watching for those blind side blocks, and that wasn't it. He did a good job of just shielding them off.
Longest run for Michigan State tonight. We just saw it. Now Connor Hayward, his second carry of the ball game, and he takes it into Utah State territory to the 45. And they want him to be the sidekick of L.J. Scott. Connor Hayward, sophomore from Duluth, Georgia.
Connor Hayward, you talked about his dad, Ironhead. Hayward, I went in to try to recruit him out of Passaic High School in New Jersey, and couldn't believe my eyes when I saw the film. And lo and behold, when I was at Kent State, I had to play him when he was at Pittsburgh. You know, I didn't have offensive tackles that big.
And his brother Cameron, of course, all-pro D lineman for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he's still out there to the left of Lewerke. And he gets it again. Churning those legs, first down to the 40.
He came with the unbalanced formation and then ran to the unbalanced side. Yeah, a little high with that snap, and he'll be telling Tyler Higbee, get that down a little bit.
He ran right into the chest of David Woodward, the linebacker, and drove him back a couple of yards.
6 foot, 229 pounds. Connor Hayward, strong.
Empty backfield. Moving again out of the pocket. On the run. Stewart. Into the red zone. So they get that penalty yardage back and a few more on top of it.
How impressive has Brian Lewerke been when he has to use his feet to get free? On the run, he puts the ball right on the money. I like how the receiver, look at, fights to stay up and try to get that extra yards. I love when guys play hard like this. You know what?
Darrell Stewart, now he's going to get a breather, but he had the 50 receptions last year. And you said it, excellent job just staying up for a couple extra. It's Hayward still in the backfield. And Connor Hayward with some space. Inside the 5. Touchdown, Connor Hayward. First rushing touchdown of his Michigan State career.
You like that misdirection play? Huh? Do you have the feeling that Coach D'Antonio had a little heart-to-heart talk with that offense at halftime? And Coach Wells tell Elise, we got it right where we want him. Not so fast.
And Connor Hayward stepping in for that series and doing a nice job. 58 yards on that drive, all on the ground for the Spartans. Michigan State at one point was down 14-13. Now up 27-14. And the first half, 36 rushing yards. That last drive alone, 58.
Yeah, to be honest, and one of the big yardage gains was the scramble, the broken play by Lewerke. But as we talked about at halftime, I promise you, Mark D'Antonio said, we got to start running the football. That's our game plan.
Looked good doing it that drive. The last 3 drives, all touchdowns for Michigan State. So how will Mike Tressel's defense handle this as Jordan Love sets and fires and almost intercepted? Kari Willis, who had a pick earlier, nearly had number 2.
That goes into the category of your Spartan coach. Are you kidding me? I mean, come on, Kari, you're a senior. You got to make that play. That busts the whole game open.
He couldn't believe it. Underneath, Gerald Bright out of the backfield with a reception. 3rd down and 2.
Impressive how Utah State throws those swing passes, and Jordan Love always gets the ball out in front of him, so they're catching it downhill.
And here they go. They like to go as fast as they can. 1st down grab, 3rd reception of the night for Dax Raymond. Right back to it. So they will continue to work with him on the sideline as Utah State completes it to Aaron Vaughns, and he is into Michigan State territory. Pickup of 13.
Quick little pass, wide open. Gaining too much on that play.
This time on the ground, nothing there. That stout rush defense taking down Darwin Thompson. Utah State so curious about that running game coming into this one. Matt Wells said that's the thing that he was wondering to see on the offensive side, because that's really the only starter they lost was Lawan Hunt, who was their go-to tailback a season ago. We've seen 3 in the backfield, Thompson, Bright, and Allen, surrounding Jordan Love tonight running the football. This time it's a play fake, and he dumps it for Darwin Thompson. Thompson able to evade one and step out for a 1st down.
Yeah, you saw a little dump swing pass, and Joe Bocci, the middle linebacker, running as hard as he could, just couldn't get there.
Here comes the pressure. And an incomplete pass. Kenny Willekes, that leader of the defensive end unit, making Love uncomfortable.
Yeah, he came to Michigan State as a walk-on football player, and he had 7 sacks a year ago.
This time Michigan State brings 4 over the middle to Thompson. And Thompson will get it to the 37, tackled by Joe Bocci.
Bocci had to run around the umpire right there in the middle, and umpire's lucky Bocci didn't run right through him. Dangerous being in there as an umpire.
Ooh, is it ever? Still 22 yards to go here on 3rd down. Once again to Darwin Thompson, but he won't make it down where he needs to the 20-yard line. And that will bring up a 4th and 8. 4th and 7. 4th and 7.
Yeah, I think Utah State in long yardage situation knows that Michigan State was going to protect the field. They just tried to get enough room to give this kid a chance at the field goal. And he's a good field goal kicker.
Dominic Eberle, 2017 All-American, Lou Groza Award finalist. And he shows you why right there. No problem in enemy territory, making it a 10-point game. First time Utah State has scored in the 2nd half. Field goal by Dominic Eberle gives Utah State their first points of the 3rd quarter. Michigan State still up 10. All the expectations for Michigan State, so much different than last year at this time when they were coming off a 3-win season, now the 10-win season. And, you know, today on campus, you could just feel the energy.
Yeah, I think people a year ago had no idea, I'm talking about the fans, that they could rebound and win 10 games and have the type of season that they had. after that disastrous year in 2016.
I asked Coach D'Antonio, I said, so now do you feel like, woo, we're back, we're doing okay? He said, you never have that feeling when you're the head coach of a football team. Connor Hayward, nice return. He had the rushing touchdown earlier.
First and 10, Michigan State, the 31.
Lewerke had the cramping issues. Now he is back out there. 17-25. Sets to fire on 1st and 10. Intercepted. Gage Ferguson picked it. And Gage Ferguson takes it to the house. And the Aggies are right back in this football game.
Oh, man. That's why that man says you never say woo.
That's
just
exactly
never know.
right.
Here you go right here. He goes back and he's got good protection and he just throws the ball late. And the defender for Utah State makes a good break on the ball and the rest is history.
First interception in the career of the senior Gage Ferguson, and it is one that he will remember. EAT good. Don't change that dial. Utah State, they just scored 10 points in 14 seconds. And the margin is 3. Interception of the 40-yard return for Gage Ferguson. 27-24. And Lewerke, you were telling me during the break, just maybe a little late on that throw.
Yeah, when you get an interception like that, it's one of two things. Either you stare your receiver down or you throw it late. And you saw the receiver slip a little bit again, which prevents him from coming back toward the ball.
This time Daryl Stewart. He's going to return it instead of Hayward. And he'll take it out to the 31-yard line. L.J. Scott, he'll take it to the 45. They had the 5-yard penalty, then the 4-yard run. Now 2nd and 6. And Lewerke flag coming in. That's going to be interference. Daryl Stewart was pushed out of bounds by Deontay Fortenberry.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 27. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Fortenberry last year was a backup, and this year getting some more time, a senior from Oakland, California.
Yeah, you'll see those two guys right there. Press coverage. He's running the fade route. You can turn and run with him, but you can't push him.
Up the gut. It's L.J. Scott again. And that 9-yard gain will take it to the 31 and take us to the end of the third quarter as L.J. Scott has a few words for the Aggies defense. We got a ball game with 15 minutes to go in East Lansing. Football on BTN presented by Taco Bell. And we've gotten our money's worth, 27-24, as we take a peek at the game summary. Look at the bottom, though, 80 rushing yards in the third quarter. So whatever they adjusted at halftime worked.
Well, they're running the football better. And I mentioned about Lewerke's scramble that added to that, but you just have a sense they're running the ball tougher right now.
They'll try to go to the ground again, and they have the first down. They only needed a yard, and L.J. Scott got it. Yeah, it was evenly split. You mentioned the Lewerke scramble. He had 28 yards rushing in that quarter. Hayward 28 and Scott 24.
You know, you get into the fourth quarter, you got a 3-point lead, and you got this field position right now, and you're going, I mean, you've got to finish the drive. You've got to get 7 points right now.
It's been 10 unanswered for Utah State. A little sweep. Daryl Stewart. down inside the 15. Well, he had 20 rushing attempts last year on sweeps. And that's his first one tonight.
Well, that's one of the reasons you don't give up on the inside run. You got to pin him down. You know that Utah State's going to respect that. They've had trouble historically running. And then what you do, you get those reverses like that, misdirections, jet sweeps that'll work.
15 yards for Stewart. To L.J. Scott. Spinning, and down he goes. Justice Tay was leading the way there for Utah State. Inside linebacker, and I said it earlier, but Utah State's been playing without their best linebacker, Suli Tumavea, who's down with an injury.
And you've mentioned a number of times a year ago, they were terrible against rushing defense, playing rushing defense. Much improved this year.
10th play of the drive coming up. There have been 8 rushes on this drive and just 1 pass. And they'll keep it on the ground. Scott won't get there. 3rd and goal. Adewale Adeoye with a stop. Well, 1 yard to go. Punch it in.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys down here. I like the shortest distance between A and B, but they've been struggling right there. You hate to call a toss sweep, which they had success earlier with, because you don't like to take the ball off the goal line. But you got to get it in the end zone.
They've been good on 3rd down, as you see. And Lewerke with pressure coming. Throws high off the fingertips of Darryl Stewart. There are no flags on the field.
Yeah, you can see they come with the blitz, and Kevin James, the right guard, he whiffed on that linebacker, of which now, if you're Brian Lewerke, you can't set your feet.
Mark D'Antonio wanted to call on Bond on the defense of the intended target, Stewart. Matt Coughlin from 24, a chippy from the hash. Got it. But still, 1 possession, 6-point game. So Michigan State had it right there. They were knocking on the door, can't get it in. They settle for 3, just a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, I mentioned before that series, they had to finish that drive, and they didn't totally finish it.
So Utah State with an opportunity here to take the lead in the 4th quarter. Quick throw to the right. With blockers out in front, the screen works to perfection. DJ Nelson across the 50.
Yeah, I love that play. Some people call it a missile screen, tunnel screen, fire screen. Good risk reward. Safe play, but you can get a big play out of it.
Love. He's going to tuck it and step out at the 49. Jordan Love, he's completed 23 passes to 10 different receivers tonight. He has spread the wealth. He came in as a freshman at 180 pounds. He's now at 225. He's really grown into his frame.
Someone's got to make a play for the Spartans on defense.
That guy, Joe Bocci's a good candidate. Middle linebacker. Handing it off. Trying to set the edge, Darwin Thompson. Bocci got there at the end to bring him down after a pickup of 5.
Man, that guy plays hard. Utah State, they do a lot of things, and their execution, for the most part, has been excellent tonight.
3rd and 4. We back in 4-down territory here?
I think so.
After that last run, Thompson off, El Toro Allen on.
It'll be under 8 minutes. They don't get it here.
Michigan State brings 5. They throw to the sticks. Is it caught? Yes. Dax Raymond, first down.
Who else?
Good for the first down at the 40-yard line.
Goes to the best tight end in the Mountain West Conference.
Now, see, they substituted, so you have to allow the defense time to substitute. That's why the official's holding the ball.
Yeah, Kenny Willekes went off. And now the run with Allen to the 37. Boy, you can feel the tension right now inside Spartan Stadium.
3 yards on the play, second down and 7 at the 37.
Momentum is with Utah State right now.
Really shifted with that pick 6 by their safety, Gage Ferguson, that got him back in the game. And then they held Michigan State to 3 on the last drive to keep it at 6 points.
Turnovers.
11th possession of the game for Utah State. 56 play. Jordan Love evading the pressure, throwing, and it's incomplete. A frustrated Carson Terrell could not quite bring it in. Kari Willis was there.
Here's a good look. He throws it right on the money. That ball should be caught, but the defender doesn't give up on it and knocks it ball out. Bang, bang play. Don't you love college football? Huh?
Nothing better.
Just the intensity right now.
Here we go. Big one. 3rd and 7.
Crowd's in the game.
Watch the play clock. Snap at 1. Love throws. Complete. They deliver again to a familiar target. First down, Dax Raymond.
Yeah, they bring the blitz. The Spartans bring the blitz, and Jordan Love sits in there calmly and makes the play.
Love off the short drop, throws complete. Down inside the 5, Jalen Green, his 2nd reception of the night. First and goal as the Aggies look to take the lead with a touchdown and a PAT.
How good is this kid Love under pressure?
Cool as a cucumber, and he has been all night.
There's you got what amounts to a unbalanced formation. They got a right guard and right tackle, and that's it over there.
Handoff. Down close to the goal line. But Darwin Thompson is going to be just a little bit short. Kenny Willekes with a touchdown-saving tackle. Here they go, hurrying up. It's still Thompson in the backfield by Love. Low snap. Little fade. Tarver, incomplete. He tried to one-hand that thing.
A little surprised at that call, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's... Wow. Man, Justin Lane did a great job not giving up on it.
Utah State 3 for 3 on 3rd downs this drive.
I'm surprised at that last call.
I thought they'd run it. See what they do here. Love switches things up. Love, hands off, touchdown, Darwin Thompson. Virtually untouched, 30 all. A 15-play, 75-yard drive. Well, that's what we thought they would do on 2nd down, but it worked on 3rd down. And now the biggest extra point of the night. No problem for the 2017 All-American kicker Dominic Eberle, and you can hear a pin drop right now in Spartan Stadium. 31-30, the Aggies back in front. Yeah, but Mike, as you said, we still have a little pizza left in this box, so to speak. 5:05 remaining. Now, Michigan State certainly not in any hurry. You're only down one. You have all 3 timeouts, but I said it. You can hear a pin drop in this building right now.
Yeah, more than enough time to just run your offense. Hasn't been very consistent tonight. Let's face it, not time to panic, but there's a sense of urgency. You got to figure you got to score in this possession right now.
Michigan State this drive will be going into about a 10-mile-per-hour wind. We're thinking ahead to a possible field goal. As we welcome back in Elise Miniker.
Brandon, you had mentioned that in the stadium you could hear a pin drop, and it definitely was absolutely silent. But on the flip side of that, a complete contrast. And watching Brian Lewerke, he has been very consistent this entire game with his demeanor. Calm, cool, collected, very focused. He is still battling that cramping. He's been stretching on the sidelines, kind of trying to loosen up that calf and Achilles area. But you see he's out there and he's trying to lead this team.
Dark horse Heisman candidate by Sports Illustrated and a number of other publications coming into the season. 18 of 28 tonight. Pops it in front to Darryl Stewart. Stewart is flipped upside down. Gage Ferguson, who had the pick 6 earlier. Oh, that was just lucky that Stewart didn't land any more awkwardly than he did.
Yeah, Ferguson's having a whale of a night. You can see right here, he makes the play. L.J. Scott totally whiffed on the block, and Ferguson not only beat the block, but made the tackle.
Stewart did pop up okay. 3-yard gain.
L.J. Scott makes that block. That might go a long way. A balanced formation for the Spartans.
3 up top. Instead, they go to the right side of the swing to Scott. He tries to hurdle, and he does. He went right over the top of Jamarcus Ingram.
Well, Utah State, they overreacted to the unbalance. They just swung the ball out there. One guy to make the play, and he's not enough.
A little hurdle from L.J. Scott after he saw Ferguson go low and get his teammate Stewart. He did one better.
3rd and short, though.
Here we go. 2 yards to go. Pocket clean. Pass complete. Great catch by Cody White. First down, Michigan State.
Yeah, Jamarcus Ingram, that was good coverage. That was one of those that's just a little bit off. It's a pick. Might be a pick 6.
Instead, 1st and 10 from their own 45. Another pop pass to Stewart. Tries to bounce it to the outside, and then it gets walloped. Tackle by Shaq Bond.
Now, normally when you start making the plays that Michigan State's making right now, sideline to sideline, everything be sideline to sideline. The opposing team, in this case Utah State, they start worrying about that, and you break one right up the middle.
See where they go here. 2nd and 7, approaching midfield. Utah State just brings 4. Caught right around the 20 by Felton Davis. What a catch, what a play. 31 big yards for the Spartans. And it's an Auto Owners Insurance BTN standout.
Look at that play. Look at the concentration. Outstanding. Another good job of Lewerke avoiding the rush.
And now they're certainly within Coughlin's range of a field goal. As Scott just gets a yard, Woodward tackled him around the ankles.
Brandon, let's look at this. Play of the game. Look at that. Big receiver, good concentration. Makes a play when you have to make it. Stumbling, stretching, straining. Love it.
Remember, we saw him go out earlier temporarily after falling on that shoulder, but he looked good there.
I don't know if that's a dance move or but he's happy.
Connor Hayward instead of L.J. Scott in the backfield with Lewerke. Option. Lewerke keeps. Down to the 8. And Utah State was wondering when they were going to use those timeouts. They take one of their 2 remaining with 2:06 to go.
Big play.
Lewerke out of the gun with 2:06 remaining. He's going to do the option again. He pitches. Hayward wide open. Touchdown, Michigan State. They're back in front. And they're going to go for 2 to make it a 7-point game.
Well, it's obvious Utah State doesn't have an answer for the option, and Michigan State waited till exactly the right time to run it.
And now the big 2-point try. I formation. Little trickeration. Yeah, and it works. Felton Davis able to haul it in. There's a flag down back near the line of scrimmage. I think it's going to be roughing the passer. Yes.
Good call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 48. A 15-yard penalty will be enforced on a kickoff.
Chase Christiansen with a penalty.
Well, they're playing hard. They're trying to get the corner. The ball is gone, and they get him late.
What a catch by Felton Davis. And he says, yeah, I'm looking to be Big Ten all-conference yet again this season, just like he was last year.
And don't pack up yet. There's 2 minutes. This game is not over.
They have just 1 timeout left as Utah State, as Cole Haan kicks it away with a penalty. It's an easy boom for him through the back of the end zone. But at any rate, the penalty and now the completion in the hands of Jordan Nathan, and he will take this to the 28-yard line. Here they go quickly. Love is 27 of 40. Pressure. Is it grounding, or was there an intended receiver in the area?
It's like intentional downing to me.
Well, Darwin Thompson, the tailback, may have been back there. Let's see what they say.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 10. Loss of down at the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
What an effort by Lewerke. Man, that guy plays hard. No doubt.
Well, you see Darwin Thompson in your screen, but I don't know that he was in the vicinity.
Good call.
And that is a big one. Added a little time to the clock. It's at 1:36, 3rd and 11.
Let her go.
Love throws, caught, 1st down, Utah State. Jalen Green, who had no catches in the 1st half, with a huge reception there. Now from the 45. Love completes it again, this time to Tarver in the Michigan State territory. Still 1:23 left, and you still have a timeout if you're the Aggies.
Wow. These guys are fun to watch.
What a game that we have been treated to tonight. And the 11th ranked team in the nation. With their backs a bit against the ropes. Coming into tonight, their fans dreaming of the college football playoff that they visited 3 years ago.
Here's the blitz.
Popped in the air and complete. Little high for Dax Raymond. Third down and 1, and Raymond, who has been so sure-handed, couldn't hang on to that. No touchdowns, the one interception earlier for the sophomore Jordan Love. Batted in the air. Intercepted. It came down into the hands of the junior Joe Bacci. And they go crazy in East Lansing.
Who else? Joe Bacci.
Tipped in the air, and Bacci, who had 3 interceptions last year, gets a big one here. And how about Bacci? He was the man that got his hand on it.
He knocked it, caught it. Man, Felton Davis and Joe Bacci, you talk about highlight. Look at that concentration. You know, he was a all-league baseball player.
Down to the knee. He can do that and run out this clock. Stay tuned. Football postgame show after the game presented by State Farm. But Joe Bacci is the hero, the 2017 team MVP, who was 6th in the conference in tackles, bats it in the air and gets the interception of Jordan Love to seal it.
Well, you know, what a gutsy effort. They found a way to win, Spartans. And for Utah State, you got to be impressed. Going on the road, coming in here. Are they a greatly improved football team? Really well coached, good players. They'll win a lot of games this year.
Now the Mountain West has been put on notice, but the bottom line, Michigan State escapes with a 38-31 victory in week 1. The 2 quarterbacks combined for over 600 passing yards, and Joe Bacci with a game-sealing play. This was an excellent football game, start to finish.
Well, we knew it was going to be good. I'm not sure we knew it was going to be that good.
Michigan State with 19 starters back. Utah State with 18 starters back, and they played like it this evening. Elise is with Mark D'Antonio.
Coach, this is going to...
Tight
game. Comes down to the final play. Joe Bacci comes up huge. What was the difference at the end of this game? What made Utah State so tough?
Well, you know, I thought Jordan Love, their quarterback, was on the money, but we saw that in the film from last year. You know that he threw the ball very effectively, and he always threw catchable balls. And the guys made plays, and we had too many penalties, and we had some things that cost us points in the red zone. You know, touchdowns in the red zone. So we found a way to win. And a great drive by our offense. Felton Davis, great catch, obviously, to put us down there. So we found a way to win.
I was going to say that Bacci comes up big on defense, but how about that catch from Felton Davis? What did that do for your offense? How did that ignite you guys?
Well, I think that was a 3rd down play, I believe so. You know, big play, but he had a number of big plays in the game. And, you know, we just got to clean up our mistakes. There's no question. And then, you know, there's a lot to clean up.
You know, you told our crew yesterday that week 1, you like to learn about your team. You like to see what you can find out. So what did you learn about them today?
Well, we'll keep playing. We will keep playing, you know, but, you know, Coach Perlis, who used to be here, they say they all count 1. So right now we're 1-0, and we'll get better next week. And, you know, our challenges wait for us.
Coach, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
Mark D'Antonio, bottom line, he said it. We got the win. Joe Bacci, the last play to seal it. And that'll do it from East Lansing. A thriller. Michigan State escapes 38-31.